everyone, it's Ollie Marie King, and I wanted my hat down, not up. I put it up when I'm working on things, but it's nice to have down. Alright, I'm trying something new, something that's kind of a big part of me. So, I've always wanted to do something with movies. So, I don't know if I really want to call this like a review, because I'm not going to be like, oh, this story had like 10 stars or whatever. But I want to basically talk up the movie or talk down the movie. I mean, I guess that is kind of a review, isn't it? My first movie I did for this is Love and Monsters. Sorry, I'm looking something up that I forgot to look up. Based on a book. Oh, so it's 2 books. Good to know. Anyway, I just wanted to check this movie out. I went into this one. I don't look up reviews on it, and I don't look up I didn't look up any information on it because I like to go in with no judgment. And my first thought when I saw the picture that I saw for it, it wasn't going to be a good movie. I thought it was a B movie, to be 100% honest, just based off of what I saw. But yeah, so the first thing I did, I watched the trailer because I wanted to see, because the trailer gives a lot away about the movie. And first thing I saw was, every time. I'm not this popular. Why does it go off every single time I do stuff? Wait a minute. I don't know if you guys care to hear Navi every time some sort of thing does. I'm not that popular, I swear. But the first thing I was excited to see was that Merle from Walking Dead or Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, depending on which genre you like to watch, was one of the characters. I was over the moon excited. So I was like, well, this has to be a good movie because he's in it. It seemed like it was gonna be more of a comedy with, you know, kind of a serious tone in it, but not really. And I thought that at the end of the movie he would find the girl that he's looking for, because in the preview it says he's looking for Amy, which is his girlfriend before the apocalypse happened. And the world is a post-apocalyptic, which is one of my favorites. I love those kinds. And when the movie starts out, you see this whole comic scene, which was kind of cool. I liked that, and it gave off a very Zombieland feel. And I was like, okay, well, if it's comedic with Zombieland-like deal, it's gonna be good. Because I like Zombieland. That one was good. And, you know, I thought that when he finds her, that she's gonna be with someone and it's not gonna work out. And I was like, okay, whatever. I make predictions throughout the movie as I go. And because a lot of times movies don't surprise me. This one took more turns than I thought it was going to, but when I added something new, I knew what the outcome was going to be, because it's a movie, you have to write it a certain way. I'm reading my notes. And then once the movie started moving on, I was like, well, he's got to find her like halfway through the movie, because there's a lot more to this than just him finding his girl. Because I thought he was going to find her, and then he was going to go find his friend Mono, and I think Merle's character was 5. I think that's what his name was. But I thought he was going to go and search for them, and they were going to find each other, because it kind of gave that open-ended feel when they walked away from each other. I thought that Mono was going to be my favorite, but I ended up loving the whole, like, small ragtag team. Boy, which is the dog, and I know when we see the dress, it's assumed that the girl that belongs to the dress is dead. But I thought she'd show up randomly at some point in the movie, just because that was the hopeful thing. It ended up being a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be. And I actually got very emotional. They really tug at the heartstrings on that one. I cried a couple of times. And then when he got the radio call, I was like, oh no, please tell me that Five and Mono are not evil. Because, those are the only two people he came in contact with in the whole thing, and he told them about the girl and everything. So there was one of two options. There was someone who was giving these people hope that was going to betray them and be somebody who's completely opposite, completely different from the characters that he met. Or the two people that was with him would betray him and find them and betray them that way. Because it's too good to be true. In any situation, when you see something like that, it is too good to be true. So yeah, I went into this movie with low expectations because I thought it was going to be like a B movie and not very good. But I was delightfully wrong. It was a very good movie, very well done. I looked at the reviews. It does have high reviews after I watched it. So it is a very well recommended movie all around. And honestly, it was very good storytelling. The graphics were gorgeous and the creatures were awesome, like the way they created them and everything. So they did a really good job with all of that. One of my favorite scenes was when he meets the Mavis and they're outside in the dark and the jellyfish come out and they're going through and she plays music for him and shows him his parents, and it's a very touching scene and a very beautiful scene at the same time. It was really cool. That was my favorite. I would have to say out of the whole movie. And there's things that happen, like, he gets a grenade, he's going to use the grenade on something, and it makes him feel good about it, and and the love story that happens is between Boy and the main character, Joel. Because, in most love stories, you have them, they come together, they connect, they have a great love for each other, then all of a sudden they have a fight, and then they separate, and then they make up. Well, it happened with the dog and Joel, because Joel gets mad at Boy, because the poor dog just misses his lady, the girl that was with him before. And I made a huge leap of an assumption when Boy came back without the dress, that he found his old master and she's gonna come sweep Joel off his feet, because Amy obviously had moved on. I mean, it's been 7 years. He was the only one waiting. But yeah, overall it made me want to watch number 2, which I'm guessing isn't confirmed yet, which I hope it does, because that first one was great. I hope the second one is made and it's just as good. But yeah, I hope this was okay. It was my very first effort at it. But I think, and I was right. It was too good to be true, and they got betrayed. And yeah, that didn't even surprise me. But overall, it was a really good movie, really well written. Actors were great. The images were gorgeous, like just the backgrounds and stuff. I love it when they do good with the post-apocalypse stuff. And it was a lot more serious than I thought it was, for sure. Which I was surprised. But yeah, that's all I got. I will try this again. And, but yeah, I'll just write my predictions as I go through a movie. Make sure I say if I have low or high expectations for a movie when I look at the image, because I have Hulu, so I looked it up. It was on Hulu. And then I'll watch the trailer, have a prediction of what might happen. And then as it goes, I will make predictions and not assumptions, I guess, opinions of what I think the movie's about, and then we'll see if I'm right at the end. So yeah, anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye!